Ayo. We back. We're back. It's Ray, Jersey Shane. Not from New Jersey, but his name is Shane. We're here with Jake, Bear Box, Jake in the Box, Jacoby 1 Kenobi.
Jesus.
We're out here.
Boxing the bear.
Boxing the bear. Bear in the box.
Patent.
Jake in the box.
Patent. All right.
Copyright.
Anyway.
Let's get into this. All right, where are we kicking it off
Before we
today?
start, I'm going to do a shameless plug.
Yeah.
Bro, this episode is sponsored by Jersey Shane. You know, these guys got free jerseys coming. At some point in the future, they got free jerseys coming.
Yeah, stick around to see if we do get free jerseys. Holding to that.
Find on the next episode.
We come out dripped out.
Go ahead.
All right, first topic of the day. Damian Lillard, Ben Simmons. How you feel about it, Jake?
Yeah, so the reports coming out saying that Lillard would be open to playing with Ben Simmons. I don't know if he really requested Ben Simmons, but I mean, I don't hate it and I don't love it because I don't think that adding Ben Simmons to that team with what you'd have to give is going to make you a contender.
No.
But we can all admit that Portland needs to do something. They haven't been doing anything. I mean, I don't know who their GM is, but I don't know what he's doing because he hasn't done anything to put pieces around Lillard. It's just been the same core for how many years now?
But that's the thing. He got fired.
Oh, because of all the...
He got fired. Yeah, go ahead.
No, but that's the thing I was just going to say. There's probably not going to be any major moves happening anytime soon until they get a new GM. Because if I was the owners, like, personally, I'm not letting an interim GM make any moves.
Yeah.
He might just send out Damian Lillard for a piece of gum. Because he doesn't care. It's not his job. He's an intern. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, because like that's the thing too. It's just like, I mean, you're right though. Like, yeah, sure, he's open to playing with Ben Simmons, but who wouldn't be?
Right.
Like, I mean, like you're saying, like, yo, would you play with Ben Simmons?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the West.
Yeah.
In the West. See, CJ McCollum just got like, what's it called? He got like injured bad. Yeah, he got collapsed lung, so he's out indefinitely.
Wow.
So Dame is just looking for all the pieces now. And the thing is, I don't think the 76ers would want, like, their GM wouldn't want to trade for anyone on the damn Portland Trailblazers.
Yeah, that's the thing. So another report said in that talks, because apparently it was heating up to be like multiple team trade, because that was the only thing. Like, Philadelphia really wants a top 25 player for Ben Simmons. That's the report, right? But Portland had to come out and say, like, point blank, like, Lillard's not on the table if you do want to trade. So it's kind of like, what do you get if you're Philadelphia, right? What are you looking for?
I just don't know what they define as a top 25 player. Like, they're just, like, really picky, honestly. Daryl Morey just wants as much picks and as much retail value from Ben Simmons as he can.
Which is smart.
But it's like, it's ridiculous. Because, to be honest, this whole season, we all thought that both Ben Simmons and Kyrie Irving would be playing right now.
Yeah.
Right? I thought it'd be, like, a couple weeks of, like, drama and shit. And then now they're not playing. And the thing is, it's funny because they're not playing and no one's talking about it up until this Dame Ben wanting Ben now.
Yeah.
Like, no one's talking about Kyrie.
People forgot about the whole Ben Simmons thing going on. Right? Which is weird because, I mean, at the same time, if you're Philadelphia, you still need to work this situation out. They're just kind of like, all the players and like the coaching staff are just like, look, we're leaving that in the past. Like, that's not even our business. That's GM business. Like, you sort that out. But if you're still not even really listening to reasonable trade talks, what are you really doing?
Yeah. No,
you know what I mean?
Just going to keep fining him and paying him, then fining him and then paying him. Because, like, and it's funny, too, because, like, there's just, like, the player empowerment thing, because, like, what LeBron did, and he moved from, like, blah, 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 all years ago, and now we had, like, KD leaving, and then AD, like, wanted out. And it's all been successful up until now.
Yeah.
Right? James Harden was, like, I think the last person who's like, I want out.
Yeah.
And it took a while,
but he
got out.
But honestly, the thing that stands out is that if you look at the caliber of the players who want out, they're all high-level players.
Right. They're super
Ben Simmons, honestly, I love the way he plays, except it's like, obviously not shooting-wise, but he does everything else really, really well.
Yeah.
He's just not on that level of a James Harden.
No. If you have to compete to be who's that guy on your team, then you're not that.
You're not that guy.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? It's Joel Embiid. Now let's say Joel Embiid said, yo, I want out because Ben Simmons is being a little bitch, blah, 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 blah. Then, honestly, I could see Joel Embiid being out by now.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
But yeah, like you're right though. Ben Simmons doesn't have that traffic. He doesn't have that income. He's not doing whatever. So he thinks he's this top shit guy, and then now he's like, "Oh, I want to get out." You can't. It's outside of your pay grade.
It's not just on Simmons too, because like he does think, oh yeah, I'm one of those top guys. I should be able to do whatever I want. But the team still treats him like he's one of those top guys that he should be able to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
But other teams are like, no,
he's not that guy.
No way.
He's not that guy,
no way. You want James Harden? Get out of my face. Like, we're not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's just a weird situation. It's like, how long could this possibly go on for? All season?
Maybe.
I could see it going all season, unfortunately.
Okay, so then what happens after that? Wait, it goes on for another season?
Yeah.
How many seasons does he have left on his
He has
contract?
4 seasons left.
There's not a chance this goes on for 4 seasons.
I think it'll go on.
The NBA's got to
3.
step in and do something.
But what could they do? It's not in their hands to do anything because it's between the teams. It's their contract and their money.
Yeah.
And it's with Ben because he's the player.
NBA don't work for the team. No, the teams don't work for the NBA.
Yeah.
If I'm
NBA works for the teams.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe the owner of the Philadelphia 76ers is allowing this.
Hey, man.
Honestly, because the way I see it right now is like they don't have a choice. Because if Daryl Morey just ships him out just to get him out of here and gets a bag of chips and maybe like a bottle of water,
I don't think
he's gonna get slandered for how many years?
But I think he's definitely
two bags.
Especially after like all the talks that have gone on, people are willing to give up a couple role players or maybe like a CJ McCollum.
Yeah.
But they're not willing to, not anymore because he's injured. Yeah. But like they're not willing to really give you anything more without really knowing what they're getting back from Ben, right? Because you can say, okay, Ben's gonna come to my team. He could be a point guard if I need him to, or hopefully I can make him play a small forward to power forward position if I need him to.
Yeah,
he's gonna be a great defender. He's gonna be a good playmaker. But is he gonna be an offensive liability for me? And that's a huge question. If I can't play a huge contract player late in the game, I can't give you something big for that. You know what I mean? Sure. And that's his biggest problem is like late game. Can I play you?
Yeah.
Do you even want to play late game? You know what I mean?
I think honestly, this whole situation is going to really define his career. If he could come out of this and come out with some sort of jump shot, it's going to show that he does have the work ethic to become great.
I don't think it's even the jump shot. It's just like he wants to prove that he's that guy, right? Because because if we're both admitting right now, if we're all admitting right now, like Ben Simmons is the number 2 to Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
And maybe 3 years ago we're like competing on like who is the number 1, but definitely now Joel Embiid is that number 1 here. And the thing is like what Ben Simmons wants to like Ben Simmons and Rich Paul, what they want to do is they want to bring Ben Simmons into a whole new team and have that whole new team have a system around him. And no team in the NBA right now, no 29 other teams are going to be like, we're going to drop everything and then just take on Ben Simmons, right? Yeah. Not even the Rockets, not even OKC are going to do that, bro. So I don't know what the hell they want unless they literally build a team from the ground up.
Yeah.
Right? So it's going to be a ride.
And like you said, who's willing to do that?
Not even the team that lost by 73 points.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of building a team from the ground up, the Pacers are entering rebuild mode.
That's tough. And if you need an in-depth analysis on that, you could see it on the channel.
Which we all watched.
5x5, which they all watched. It's not like I rushed to take that video. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah. So reports came out saying that's Sabonis, Turner, and LeVert are on the market. Shane, what do you think about that, man? What's their market value? Their market value?
So starting from the top, we'll go down. So starting with Sabonis, I think out of their available assets, he's obviously the highest available. I say he's like the tier 1. Just because he's able to do so much on the floor, obviously besides being an elite defender.
Yeah.
But everything else, amazing. Places where I would like to see him go, where he would fit in perfectly, Golden State. I obviously, I'm not saying because like the money might not work.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of factors to it.
If y'all willing to take small contracts for rings,
listen, if you want that second pick, man, here you go. But then we got who else? So we have Sabonis. I'd say personally, I think Miles Turner is that second.
100%.
I'll give you
100%.
Because he's able to stretch the floor as a 5 and give you elite rim protection.
Yeah.
I think he's number 1 or number 2 in blocks right now.
Number 1, I think.
He's probably number 1.
This is kind of biased, but I would love to see him in the Raptors.
Thank you. I didn't have to say it because someone said it.
I would love to see him. He fits in perfectly. He's around the same age as Pascal and Freddie, so he fits our timeline.
Yeah.
He's a defensive center, which we haven't had since Marc Gasol. Okay. Like, you know what I mean.
Well, not this again.
You guys know how I feel about Marc Gasol.
Listen, for those who don't know, Marc Gasol is Jake's favorite player. So whenever I bring up his name, he has a... Anyway.
It's just rough, because, like, what did we give up for Mark?
We gave Jonas Valanciunas.
Yeah. I get. Well, who's currently like statistically the best 3-point shooter in the league right now?
Who has a championship ring?
Technically, also Jonas Valanciunas.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, right.
It's not in his NBA reference, but yeah.
So there's the other two are Brogdon.
Are they still in Brogdon?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was just
everyone.
It's everyone.
Oh, everyone's on the
everyone.
Oh shit!
So I say
Brogdon.
No, yeah, I say Brogdon is their third most valuable asset.
LeVert? Yeah, maybe. Right now.
Just because LeVert's so inconsistent this year.
He's just young.
And he's not
coming off.
LeVert's 27.
He's not that young anymore.
But that's still young in NBA.
I know, but like Brogdon's already 29 and he still has more value than him. It's not big.
I like to see
Brogdon's older.
If Brogdon could find a way to get to LA, either one of the LAs.
I'm looking contracts in my head right now.
I'm like Brogdon cannot find his way to LA.
It's just ideal situations. The math doesn't add up. It's not going to happen.
Everyone is on a minimum.
Yeah. Listen, if they just get rid of Westbrook, but we're not going to talk about that.
Sabonis.
Perfect. Thank you, Logan. Love you, Logan. So Sabonis.
Yeah.
To what were you saying?
Jake was saying to the Mavericks.
I was.
So having a big three of Luka, Sabonis, Porzingis.
Whitest team on the Western Conference.
I mean, obviously they lack any sort of defense whatsoever.
Poor Jalen Brunson.
Yeah. Poor Tim Hardaway.
Y'all
remember Dorian Finney-Smith?
Oh my goodness.
Y'all remember when Porzingis was that guy on defense?
Yeah. And 2015.
It's like 1.5 to 2 blocks a game.
And then he just nasty. Tore up his knees.
And then he just stopped wanting to play defense.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I know.
Collective side.
That's depressing.
The potential he had, a 7'3" center who could stretch the floor,
his
move like a
nickname
guard.
was the Unicorn.
Yeah, he was the actual.
Yeah.
The Unicorn. He's crazy. He was supposed to be Luka.
Last of his breed. Last of his breed, though. Last of his breed, like of the unicorns. Yeah, definitely like extinct now.
Actually,
we'll see how Chet does.
Yeah, I was gonna say Chet. He has potential.
I know, but he has like the biggest like.
You mean smallest frame?
Oh no! I mean, like he can have the biggest fall off.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Because like just go to Pablo. Is that the guy?
Paulo.
I don't know.
I know
his name.
The guy. I do.
Yeah, the guy who absolutely bodied him.
Who sweats 7 pounds every game.
Mm-hmm. Oh fuck! I didn't.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Nasty.
It's
what
disgusting.
is his name? Wow.
Pablo.
Insert his name.
It's Paolo.
Insert his name right there.
Something like that.
But yeah, no. So yeah, Sabonis onto Dallas is a good option too. I could see them like trading like Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yeah.
A couple other
Miles
contracts.
Turner.
But you want Miles Turner on Dallas?
No, Miles Turner to Golden State would be interesting.
That would be very interesting
because they could use the interior defense.
That's just
right.
Yeah.
So him at the center position, and then him and Draymond just kind of watching the paint, and everyone else.
It's funny too because they never had a center that could actually stretch the floor.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, except for they had DeMarcus that 1 year, but that doesn't really count.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be Wiseman if he comes back.
But the thing is, if they do trade for Turner, I'm assuming Wiseman
is gone.
Wiseman, Wiggins.
No, not both.
Honestly, it'd have to be Wiggins.
Wiggins' value is too high,
and that's why. That's why Indiana would be like, you know what? Even if Andrew Wiggins is going to be like Maple Bryant, then I mean, like we'll take him right now because look what he's doing.
Yep.
He's so valuable. I feel like the Warriors right now are just like, we can't lose Wiggins. We need Wiggins.
He really saved his career.
Yes.
He really
saving.
I think he saved it because he already proved that he could be a valuable piece on a winning team.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but like that's like the Warriors though. The Warriors is like if you put anyone on the Warriors, they're gonna be amazing. Look at Nemanja Bjelica right now, bro. He's fucking balling as a backup.
That's just a good. You're just playing on a good team, right?
You're just playing with Steph. Yeah. That's really what it is. To be honest.
All you gotta do is play defense and just like make.
All you gotta
just be open.
Yeah, and just be on the court.
That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
He's gonna have 5 people look at him at all time. If you jog towards the basket, you'll get a wide open layup.
That's actually ridiculous.
That's really what it is.
That's actually ridiculous.
Who else though? I think Karras or Brogdon. I could see them going to somewhere like Cleveland. trading them.
No.
I don't mean that as a bad thing.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah.
hear me out here because
Okay.
Colin Sexton and Darius Garland thing isn't happening well,
Okay.
and they're gonna need a bigger guard beside Darius because they're probably gonna have like him as the point guard now. So a player like Brogdon or LeVert beside him, a little bit bigger guard because how tall are they? What, 6'1", 6'2"? Colin Sexton and Darius Garland.
Isn't Colin out for the year though?
He's out for the year, so I mean, you'd be trading an injured player.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but I mean, putting them in a situation where they're all like considerably young, and they're thriving, man. They're thriving. They're an exciting team this season, bro. So
and it's all nice. Mobley. It's all because
it's Mobley, Darius Garland,
and Jared Allen, 3.
Lauri Markkanen at the 3.
And Lauri Markkanen's also on the court.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
He's also there. He's a part of it.
Put him on Dallas. Where's the Lauri Markkanen to Dallas rumors?
It could work.
Dallas doesn't even.
When's the last time it's been a all white starting 5?
Oh, Celtics probably had it.
Yeah,
Celtics probably had it.
When there was like 6 teams in the NBA.
Yeah, right. Dominating.
No, because they had Bill Russell.
Oh yeah,
they had Bill Russell.
The year he would retire. The year after he retired.
I can't be racist. I have a black friend. It's just Bill Russell at the end of the bench, like, what's up?
Yeah, it was the last time. I think maybe it was like one of the Mavericks teams back then. That was just all white.
Maybe one of those like Steve Nash, Dirk and Whiskey years.
Yeah. I get it. But yeah, no, that's about it though for the Indiana Pacers. I really hope that they do something.
Yeah.
But like, let's say a Miles Turner happens like in Toronto, where we end up giving up.
Ideally, like our best case scenario is we give up Boucher.
Yeah.
Precious.
Precious.
Well, I saw like it was like Dragic, Boucher, Precious, and a couple picks.
I'll take that.
Take it down to 1 pick, and we got yourself a deal.
Take both of them. That's fine.
Because Dragic makes some money work, right?
Yeah.
We don't even Precious there. But I don't know. Like, would you be parting ways with like a Trent Jr.?
No.
I know OG for a lot of people are like definitely untouchable. Right?
OG's
even
untouchable.
if he's injured
Scott
this
is
year,
untouchable. Pascal for the most part is untouchable.
Yeah, right. So
Freddie's untouchable because who else would we run at the point guard?
Exactly.
We need.
Feels bad for that guy, eh?
Why?
But like last season, he was gonna be like, because you remember like it was kind of like, you know, Fred's gonna be the next like Kyle, and then Malachi Flynn's gonna be the next Fred, and then now this is man from what's it called from Toronto coming in, right in the back. Delano, you know, he's good. I'm not saying I'm not complaining and everything.
And we're down for it.
And you can't ask anymore, and he's not doing anything bad on the court. It's just like I feel bad for Malachi because a lot of people are like,
well, you gotta outplay him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
And credit to Fred because you know Fred had to step up and be our Kyle, and he's done that.
Yeah,
he's been like, okay, I gotta elevate my play. Here we go.
He could torch like the other team for like 34 points, or he could just have 10 points, but like have like what 10 assists.
That's what we need,
right? Yeah, that one game with what 18 assists.
Yeah,
or a leader,
bro.
Exactly.
So hopefully, you guys see the Champagne Poppy.
Yes. I was so heartbroken. He tipped it in. I was screaming. I was so happy. And then they checked it again. I'm like,
called it.
Damn.
You know why? His hands went back a little bit.
Yeah.
Like his fingers
like
went
he caught it, recoiled it.
If he just literally like went like this, it would have been
it's
pretty
tough.
good.
He might not have had the touch if he did that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's true. That's the one thing.
The thing I didn't like is before that though, it was a Freddie isolation play where he went to the rim, Euro step for no reason, and put the ball straight in the air and it came straight down, not even close to the rim.
Yeah.
I feel like we could have had a better end of game play.
That's been our Achilles heel for like 5 seasons now. We just don't run plays.
Mm-hmm.
We don't. If you watch a Raptors game, I'd say over 50% of the possessions are just freelance. Mm-hmm. Probably more than that. You know, they don't have a offensive set that they just put to use.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Maybe to run a pick and roll, that is not running an offense. You know what I mean?
No,
that's park stuff.
You
know what I mean?
And you know what's funny too? Like you're saying, they don't even have plays. We don't even have ISO players.
Yeah,
we don't.
That's the thing.
No ISO players. I mean, yeah, Freddie. Like, let's say he does that. It's giving me flashbacks of like when Kyle Lowry tried to go for that game winner and got blocked by because why are you taking a Euro step and then a floater?
But why is Kyle taking that shot? I remember watching that game. I was at a basketball tournament. I forget where it was. We were at a basketball tournament. We
Was
were
it
all.
Cleveland?
I don't believe. I don't think it was in Cleveland. I think I would have remembered that. But we were all in the restaurant watching it together, and then we watched the shot go up and watch him get blocked, and everyone was just like silent.
Yeah.
And we're just like, DeRozan should have took that shot, man. Like,
because even if you missed it, it'd be like, you know, it makes sense.
Yeah.
The thing is though, DeRozan I remember that game. He was having a horrible game.
yeah.
Well, he had a horrible.
But
playoffs
yo, I don't
the
care.
whole
You
time.
have the horrible game the whole time, and you know,
And
just
might as well end off with
end it off with the big shot. No one would remember the horrible game, just the shot.
Ray Allen, Jake.
Yeah, he's got some stuff to look. I love Ray Allen, but you know, he was talking about that it's still in some people's minds. Apparently, I don't know who these people are, but Ray Allen knows these people apparently, and you know, I guess rightfully so. In some people's minds, it's still up for debate who the greatest shooter of all time is, and you know, it could either be him or Steph Curry, and you know, you know, give credit to Ray where the credit is due,
Mhm.
but that ship has sailed.
Yeah,
you know,
long gone.
long gone.
That ship sailed in 2015, 2016.
I think like
that
I
was
think like in
gone.
everyone's head it was long gone, but
Yeah.
like when he passes Ray Allen, it's like physically like it's there. The numbers
And I
are
think
done.
too, a thing with this and why it's kind of like shocking to hear Ray say this is because everyone had it as Ray like cemented for so long
Mhm.
that it took a lot of work for Steph to even get his name
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
like much less surpassed, right? So when he started to get his name there, he had to work so incredibly hard, and then he's done even more like
Yeah,
ridiculous stuff that we've never seen before. And then for Ray to be like, yeah, but I mean, you know, I had some some pretty good threes in my day.
I had that
so.
one 3-point in the NBA Finals. Come on,
It's still one of the greatest
Look,
shots.
literally,
It is.
literally, and
It is.
I don't want to take away anything from Ray Allen because Ray Allen is a great player
Mhm.
and the second best shooter of all time.
Yeah.
But there's no way anybody on this planet, or has ever been on this planet, has been a better shooter than Stephen Curry.
Never ever.
Never, ever. It hasn't happened.
And probably for the foreseeable future, to be honest.
And I won't be
Who
surprised.
knows? There could be a second grader right now who's just lighting
but
it
that's
up.
the thing. I won't be surprised if like next 10 seasons another person breaks it, especially the way people are shooting
Mhm.
threes now.
Yeah.
Right. So I wouldn't be surprised. And probably Steph would give the guy the flowers and everything.
Yeah.
But I bet Ray
Mhm.
Allen's like telling his wife, he's like, "Who's the best shooter?"
Yeah.
It's like,
She's-
you are.
Yeah, 100%. Come on.
It's like, who's these some people, bro?
Honestly, though, like it's really surprising to hear that because like Ray Allen didn't strike me as that type of guy.
Oh no, he's a little.
He's holding on to it.
But he's I don't know. He's a little bit suspect sometimes, man.
Yeah, he
Like,
drew the
um,
heat.
Well, like with the Heat one with
Mhm.
when he from the Celtics, but that's why a lot of the Celtics players they don't fuck with him no more.
Really?
Yeah, there's this whole drama. I guess I should this whole
Huh.
thing like Rajon Rondo, Kevin Garnett, and Paul Pierce still meet up like time to time. They
Yeah.
never include
They never include Ray.
Ray. That's so tough. It's so tough. But that's the thing though. Like even Klay Thompson, you could even make the case.
Oh,
for,
yeah.
Oh,
right. I mean, yeah, he's been out for like what 2 years.
I make the
but
joke
still.
all the time that Klay Thompson would be the greatest shooter of all time if Steph Curry didn't exist,
Oh,
which sucks for
110%.
Klay Thompson. But
110%.
But like now he'd be the set. I think Ray Allen's gonna lose his shit once like he becomes number 3.
oh
Could
yeah,
you imagine?
dude,
In
picture
my
15
opinion,
years
no,
down
he-
the line,
yeah.
and when 15 years down the line, when Ray Allen's like 5th on the list,
Oh, he's gonna lose.
he's gonna
Shit.
lose it.
Yeah.
Trey Young,
Shit.
Damian Lillard.
LaMelo
James-
Ball. No.
James Harden. What the hell?
And that's the thing too, because like you're right. Like a lot of people have him as like the greatest like 3-point shooter, but it's
Yeah.
funny because is he on the 75?
Ray?
He had to have been.
No.
Was he not?
Reggie Miller made the 75.
I
but
don't think Ray made it.
Mm.
yeah, Reggie Miller.
I might
did.
be wrong. I don't
Fact
think he
check
made
it, but I don't
Fact
think he
check it.
did. I didn't see a post.
Crazy that Dwight didn't make it either. Now that I remember
That one kind of pissed me off. I'm not
It's
gonna lie,
weird.
like-
He's just got the accolades. So are you gonna pretend that his accolades don't mean anything?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Regardless of the way his career, like
Yeah, regardless of like
started to
his
go.
personality off the court.
he still has so many more accolades than a lot of the
Than a
people
lot
that
on the
made the
list.
list.
Yeah,
So it's
really
like,
crazy.
what are
Yeah,
you saying?
It sucks because like you're putting the players that are still playing
Mhm.
that are not in their prime of their career, or they're like getting into their prime, like AD
Yeah.
and Dame.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd like to
That's-
think the NBA gods made Dame have an off season just because
Oh,
they
they're
put
like,
him on the
"Yeah,
list.
you
They're
fucked
like, look. Can we make him have a not 75 season?
Yeah,
I mean,
it doesn't
let's
make
be
sense.
realistic. He's not. Yeah,
Like, the way I look at it is like if Dame and AD, if you end their careers today, and you can compare it to Dwight Howard's career, that's not better.
close.
Not at all.
Not even close.
Not at all. Because like even with the 51, the one person they booed was Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah,
And
that's insane.
And that's insane. But like Shaquille was like what 2 years in?
He was 2 years in.
Yeah, so like they were like, oh fuck, he's not gonna be nothing. But like the NBA knew like, yeah, this guy's gonna be a fucking beast.
Just imagine.
But today, are we like, yo, Damian Lillard is gonna rule the NBA?
Absolutely
like,
not.
Right? And
No
AD.
way.
Yeah.
Right,
Not
yo,
even AD.
there's a 38-year-old LeBron James trying to carry the Lakers out of 500.
Why is AD? I think, is it the situation he's in?
I feel like he's
still in
not
Disney
gonna,
World,
he's
man.
he's
still
not
out there,
gonna
bro.
do he's
Don't
not
forget
gonna
it.
do anything not until LeBron physically leaves. Like physically is done. He's not like LeBron already gave him he told him like, it's your team now. I'm gonna give you your number back. Run the damn offense through you.
Yeah, seriously.
And we're at 500. We're at 500
Because he's like, oh yeah, run the offense through me. I feel the spirit of Kobe possessing me.
Yeah.
He said fadeaways from foot on the line.
The guy was like, yeah, I'm open. Well, no shit. Like, no one's gonna fucking guard
Yeah,
you.
no one's guarding you.
No
buddy.
one's
He's shooting at what,
guarding.
17, 23, no, 23%, I think.
Less than that. It's so
Like, it's
tough out
horrible.
here, bro. You know who won us the game the other day? I mean, it's OKC, but we like Lakers were 0-2 before this.
It wasn't
so.
Carmelo.
It wasn't. It was Avery Bradley.
Yeah, he had 23.
Yeah. He was fucking on fire, and
Yeah.
LeBron. And the thing is, they were up by 30, and then LeBron sat.
Yeah.
Came back because it went down to 15. They cut it to 15.
Honestly, as much as it hurts me to say this, because I am a Carmelo Anthony fan until I die, I don't see the Lakers even making that. They might not even make the conference finals, man. And it sucks.
They're gonna make the playoffs, but it's gonna be like
They might. They might.
I mean, yeah.
play in.
Who's coming out of the West?
Honestly,
it's probably Phoenix again, or
I
Golden
think it's
State.
I think it's Golden State.
Yeah.
Golden State might do
Let's
it.
get Clay back.
As long as they're healthy and everything, yeah. Like God forbid.
Mm-hmm.
I'd
Curry
like to
has
see
whatever
Golden
injury.
State win another championship.
I would love to see it, man. See Wiggins put on for Canada for one time.
Oh,
Get a
yeah.
ring.
That'd be good.
Yeah,
Right?
that'd be real cool to see.
And like just honestly, just watching Golden State play basketball, like they play the game the right way.
Oh, they have fun. Yeah.
Everyone's always moving. There's no like crazy isolations. A lot of off-ball screens. Good defense being played, and like they're actually like good teammates with each other. Like, they're all hyping each other up.
Mhm.
Like if you look at the Lakers, sometimes when they're losing, they're all
They're
sulking.
slump. Yeah, they're slump.
and just like
yeah,
you guys supposed to be the Lakers, man.
if
What
you
is this?
watch a Golden State Warriors basketball game, you don't feel as though they don't deserve to win the way
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah.
You're like, no, they're outplaying the other team.
Yep.
Yeah.
And from top to bottom, from Steph Curry playing amazing to their role players just be acting like
Above
they're
and beyond.
possessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, where did these guys come from? These guys are playing like they could be like second, first options on other
It's
teams
like
for some reason.
Steph and like the 12 disciples.
Yeah,
It really
exactly.
is.
They're all just like blessed with this.
Steph's
with
got
this
real
spirit.
life badges, so
Right.
every time he's on court, everyone has a boost to their
Yeah.
stats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Right. I've never seen Andrew shoot a fucking 3 so confidently.
He had 8 of them. Last game, he had 8.
Yeah.
Splashing
Right,
home
right,
threes.
so-
Why? Well, Steph does it.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Steph could do it.
The
I
way
could
you
do it
watch Steph shoot, you're like, wow, maybe the basket is really big.
too. Yeah.
You're just like, oh, no,
It's not
maybe
that-
I'm the problem. Yeah, and then you just start.
And then he just starts making them.
Yeah, he's like, oh no. Steph's like, no, I don't think you understand. Like the width of the rim is like 2 of the balls.
Yeah.
So if you're just not bad, you can just put it through that.
Yeah.
And they're all like, oh, damn, all right, we got to get to work.
The Steph is the Jesus Christ of the Golden State
Yeah,
Warriors.
100%.
Yeah, it's just, I was out here
100%.
creating miracles.
There
man.
was Stephen A. Stephen A, you know how he has his wild takes.
All the time.
He was asking the question, at what point does Steph Curry overtake LeBron as this generation, like face of the generation?
All right. So yeah, is Steph gonna be able to take over as the face of the league after LeBron? I don't think so. Just because he came in so late. He came in 2009
Mhm.
and went to stardom. I'd say 2014,
2015. Yeah.
2015. But that's not anything against Steph. That's just if anything, this is boosting LeBron's greatness.
Mhm.
He was able to be great pretty much from 2005 up until whenever he chooses to retire.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of players like KD, Kobe missed out.
That was about to say. I'm
Steph.
like KD is still trying to pass LeBron as
But I think another point to be said is part of LeBron's greatness is that he's playing against. You can argue that there's some that Jordan's competition was better, but LeBron's got some.
He got some
killers. He's got to play against. He's got to play against Stephen Curry. Mm-hmm. No one else has had to ever do that. No, there's never been another player like that. Jordan never saw anybody like that.
The closest thing Jordan saw to Stephen Curry was John Stockton.
Mark Price.
I was Steve Kerr. Who's on his team.
So, he's going up against Steph. He's going up against KD. He's got James Harden. He's got, I was going to say Paul George, but I don't know if that drives my point home.
No, it doesn't. It's
in the middle of it. Yeah,
it's close.
Kawhi Leonard, because Kawhi needs to get his flowers even though the Clippers aren't doing good. Mm-hmm. And,
let's not even forget the other players he played against, like, past years. Prime Carmelo. Prime Dwight Howard.
Played against Kobe. Yeah.
3 in Boston.
Yeah. He played against Dirk, and he lost to Dirk, and you just got to give Dirk his credit for that, because Dirk is one of the best ever.
Oh, 100%.
Right? He had to go up against that when they were both, like, Dirk was, I'd like to say, I don't know if that was his prime. He was a little older.
Tail end of his prime.
He was a little older, and that was just when LeBron was starting to reach his prime, right?
Yeah.
It was a battle of, I'm going to start. Right? So that's tough. You're going up against one of the greatest ever who's really just been doing it, and he's going on his run to try to, LeBron's had to go through it. So all the times he's lost in the finals, it's kind of like,
it makes sense. He's lost a good team.
He lost
not even good. Sorry, he's lost a great team. He's lost a good team.
He lost to the Warriors, and then he lost to the Warriors with Kevin Durant. Yep. You can't. What are you gonna do?
You can't fault it.
What are you gonna do about it?
Don't get me wrong. Jordan's still the GOAT.
100%.
Still the GOAT.
Hey, don't come for me and say I'm just giving LeBron his credit.
Yeah, Logan. Come on, man.
Yeah, Logan's looking at me over there.
LeBron bag over there.
Fuck you, Logan. Love you, Logan.
Yeah, right.
Bring the tripod next time.
Anyways.
But, okay, speaking of next faces of the NBA.
I like it.
Zion Williamson.
Nice.
Thank you. I got you.
I like that. That was real nice.
There you go.
Zion Williamson is he's out again. He's not out again, but there's an update on his injury, right?
Yes, update on Zion's injury is that he is out of basketball activities indefinitely at the moment. So he's just been shut down completely. They're not letting him do any, because you saw him starting to come back. He was shooting around on court and stuff like that. Yeah. But apparently he's got more soreness in that foot again, which is, I think, the second or third setback. And now they've just decided to shut him down completely, which begs the question, is this going to be his career? Are we going to see a Greg Oden potential wasted? At this point, he's played less games than he's missed.
I think it all depends on his mentality in the situation.
Mm-hmm.
If he's willing to put in the work, start eating better, which is crazy for me to have to say about a professional basketball player or professional athlete in general. Mm-hmm. But if he's able to start eating better, be more like strict with his workouts. Sorry, side note, I heard this guy eats 2 full pizzas and a bottle of like pop.
Sounds like a Charles Barkley diet.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's insane.
You can't be doing that.
You can't have that mentality and expect to be any sort of good in the NBA.
Yeah.
Like, you can't tell me an NBA player that's doing that had a decent career.
With the resources you have available, not just from your team, but in the world of the NBA, so many players, right, who would be willing to take you under their wing. Like, my first thought, if I'm Zion and I'm going through this right now, is I'm hitting up Bron, and I'm like, look, I need to get my body right.
Yeah.
I need to avoid injury. I need all the sports science that you're doing.
Yeah.
I need to try to get on that, right? So I can, like, prolong my career. I'm trying to make money out here. I'm trying to play basketball. I'm trying to make money out here. I'm trying to have a career, right? And for Zion, it's just like he hasn't been doing that, right? Because even when he first hurt his foot, he wasn't working out, right? But there's still ways around you working out with a foot injury, like all those
upper body movements.
But even like the treadmill that's like half underwater.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
just body weighted.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, like starts like really
he should have been moving around in a pool at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That stuff is like, and that stuff's got to be on the team too. And I get you can't force somebody to do
that's
something.
the thing too. The Pelicans have like one of the worst health teams in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could talk about Anthony Davis and shit. Mm-hmm. This guy just kept getting injured too, right? I mean, the Pelicans like drove him into the ground, right? He's playing 40 minutes a night, but still, right? That just goes to show how messed up and like kind of like terrible this organization is.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. Zion's it's kind of like if Blake Griffin's career went a different way. Could you imagine getting Lob City for like 2 years and then he just gets injured again?
Yeah,
it's kind of like that, right? Because he was really good in those 2 years, bro. What, 27 points on 60% field goal percentage?
We haven't even gotten 2 seasons from Zion.
Yeah, his like 2 seasons he played.
There's one.
It's like 81. Yeah, it's like
85. He's played.
Granted, he's played really well.
He's played 85 games, but he's missed 87 now.
That's insane.
Yeah, man.
That's what do you do with that?
Would you classify him as a bust?
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Yeah. What would it take for you to label him as a bust?
He's gotta. Here's the thing with Zion. He's a bust if he is no longer productive.
Okay.
One, so he's lucky because he's productive when he's on the court. But two, because he's still trying to get back onto the court.
Yeah.
Right. If as soon as he kind of gives up and he's like, oh, he's maybe not in the league anymore, it's like, okay, bust.
Okay.
Right. But as long as he's in the league, still trying to make a comeback, and when he is on the court, he is dominating per se. Like he's actually playing very well when he is on the court. So you can't call him a bust yet. He's got his stuff going on, but he's right now, I'd say, one of the biggest wasted potentials I'm seeing. Not that he's wasted it completely yet, but he's in the midst of wasting this potential. You're not going to be this young forever with this body. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? You only get older. It only gets more painful. Your knees only hurt more. Your feet,
telling this like you're older than us.
Yeah, right.
In reality,
he's young.
I'm like 100. I'm like ancient over here. Don't worry about me.
All right, perfect. So what we were just talking about was
think I'm big me.
What?
Larry Hoover.
Oh,
we're talking about Drake and Kanye's free Larry Hoover concert to happen.
For like 2 seconds. What the shit was that?
I don't think there's a better way to start that.
Yeah, no. So so no one watched it.
No.
Like,
maybe we're in high school.
I've heard all the songs.
Listen, man.
Yo, could you imagine being like one of those like teenagers watching that though? It's like, yo, what is this?
Yeah, right.
Listen to the Kanye tracks.
Like, can't tell me what's this one?
Yeah, they're just Shazamming it. Concert.
It's like, when did this come out? 2004.
New drop.
But it was funny though. I saw a tweet. It was like saying that Kanye tricked Drake into a versus for this charity concert.
I mean,
they
like,
were saying, but
Kanye's catalog is
deep,
unmatched. But
really
I
is.
mean, I was reading comments. A lot of people were enjoying the Drake parts too. It just feels like it'd be tough for Drake to compete right there.
I think if Drake actually went into his bag and played his older tracks, it would be more of a competition.
It's just tough because the vibes aren't necessarily the same. Yeah. Because Drake is like, oh, hey, if we're down to get sad, hey, we can all get in our feelings right now.
The guy's in prison, you know. It was like my guy's in prison. He's like, I'm a lesbian.
Yeah. Kanye went from "Can't Tell Me Nothing." Drake came out, "Say You a Lesbian." Like, what is that? What are you doing, bro? Keep this guy in prison, man. What are you doing?
You know what I'm saying?
What's going on?
It's tough.
Yeah, man. If a versus went down though, it'd be
close. I think Kanye still. Even I'm a Drake fan. Yeah. I think Kanye still wins that.
I think so.
Like objectively, I think Kanye's like he's more versatile in the sense that like he tries out different sounds. Drake makes music based on like what's hot right now, so he's linearly always good.
Yeah.
But Kanye will have like he'll try out different sounds, so he's up and down. Yeah. But he's up and down, still going up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Like the return on investment. And his albums like age like fine wine, bro.
sure.
And that's the thing too, because like Drake's stuff. I mean, like don't get me wrong, he's got like sleepers that are like diamond. Like, next thing you know it, right? But like I'm still listening to like Graduation to this day.
Yeah.
You got something to say?
No,
Been holding something in.
No. I just had a funny joke. But it was inappropriate because you're just like, it ages like fine wine, and I was just thinking, if I fuck this bottle, she just
yeah.
I was like, yeah, fine wine.
Well, what did
real
Drake say?
fine
He has
wine.
10 on his mind.
I was like, oh my god,
She's how old?
bars.
What did he say?
What did he
say?
Right, but I don't know, man. Like, I just couldn't believe I thought he'd only do his new songs like Kanye. I didn't know he was gonna be doing Can't Tell Me Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went all the way back to College Dropout, bro. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what the
College
fuck?
Dropout.
bro?
Yeah.
Which is awesome for everyone in attendance. But Drake's like, I can't. Like, I wasn't ready to go all the way back. Like, what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna do Over. Like,
That could have been crazy.
Over would have been. When's the last time Drake did
nuts.
like a throwback concert?
Right? Because they did Forever, but
That was delicious.
they did
That was
Forever, but they didn't do
5-star.
Over would have been
Because
crazy.
he performed
to do.
throwbacks during his
Find your
Scorpion
did he
concert.
Find Your Love? That he should have done that.
No, he didn't.
No. Kanye sang
Kanye
it.
did.
Kanye
Kanye
sang
did.
Find Your
Yeah, that's respect right there. That's respect.
Who's
right
sadder
there.
right now?
Yeah,
Like, of course, Kanye would do Find Your Love.
that's
What
the
the
best.
fuck?
That's the best.
But it's
Let's make a quick bet.
Yeah.
You think Kim goes back to Kanye?
No.
She filed
No,
to
she
be a
she
single
filed.
person.
No, and I was gonna take that bet. She literally just said, "Nah,
Yeah,
G,"
she's
because Kanye's like, "No, we can get back to God. Will bring us back together."
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
like, "I don't know what
she's
God he's
legally
talking
now a single individual
Yeah.
person. Yeah,
She's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
nope, no way. Now she had Pete Davidson, and now she's acting a fool.
That's just crazy that the fact that we're saying that right now. That Pete Davidson took Kanye.
And apparently, Pete was just hanging out with Miley Cyrus the other day. So if he's piping them all, it's just crazy. King shit. You
Just
know.
give him his crown now.
Yes.
Goddamn.
King of Staten Island.
King
Yeah.
of
Bing
Staten-
bong.
Bing bong.
Bing bong.
Ariana, come on.
Oh
Who do you
no!
think
I miss you.
You think it was channeling? Who do you think it was
It was
channeling?
Pete in
The
disguise.
spirit of Pete Davidson possessed that guy in that
No,
moment.
Pete Davidson's a people. He's just all of Staten Island.
Yep.
They're just all Pete
An
Davidson.
omnipotent being.
Right, yeah. That's why they're away from New York, bro. They have so much power to just be their
Yeah.
own,
Their own islands.
containment.
Oh my god.
But what was I gonna say? Like, what's your guys' like favorite like Kanye and Drake
Album?
College Dropout for me is Kanye's.
Yeah.
I just love College Dropout. Drake's is a little
Drake.
tougher. Drake?
We'll go back. We'll come back.
Think about it.
Yeah, we'll come-
For me, my favorite Kanye album was is it Late Graduation? Is that what's
late.
called? The one with the bear?
There's
Late-
three of them with a bear.
Yeah, got it.
Late
No,
registration.
yeah,
Late registration.
Alright.
Sorry, my fault. Late registration, and then my Drake album is probably gonna have to be Views.
Views.
It has to be Views.
How about you, Logan? Oh, you don't go still Drake? You still thinking about it? Okay. So mine. Thank you for asking. my favorite Kanye one is definitely Graduation, hands down, bro. Stronger, even though it's the most mainstream song, I still
It's a
think about
bop.
it's a
It
bop
slaps.
because the Raptors used it as their intro for
Mhm.
like the longest time. But
Part of me wants to go, oh, take care. But, nothing was the same.
That's a classic.
Might be my favorite. Nothing was the same was a real good one.
hey man, Tuscan Leather is still probably one of the best.
Pound
intros
Cake?
to an album is Pound Cake being one of the
Every
last.
single
Yeah.
person on
Yeah.
earth had a freestyle to that song.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Even Logan.
Even Logan.
No, you're laughing, but he really did.
But I'm not surprised. Logan
He
can
really
spit,
did.
bro.
He can spit.
He's
One of the best indie
Well-
rappers I know, man. It's crazy. Go check out his SoundCloud.
You might have heard him. You ever heard that Indian version of The Box? that is Logan.
You can laugh. It's okay. It's okay to be on the
Bro,
road.
please just play that in the background. Like, just
Get demonetized. It's okay.
We're not making money.
Not making money. But I think nothing the same. Nothing was the same. If you're reading this too late, I really like it too. You know.
You really can't go wrong.
Thank Me Later
With
was
either
bad.
like, for Drake and Kanye.
You
Like,
really can't.
like they don't have too many bad albums.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think like Kanye's weakest album is probably like his Religion one.
Ye?
Not yeah.
The one in the mountains?
Not that one. Not that one.
The one after
that one
The one
weak.
after that one.
Oh, the one with the blue CD.
Yeah,
Was it
it
blue
was like
CD?
a Jesus.
I didn't listen to
It was
that.
okay. It was like 6 songs, but I guess it was that's probably his weakest album in my opinion.
That's a good question though. What do you think Drake's worst album is?
Worst album?
I'd say weakest. I don't know if we got the worst album because they're all because a lot of people hated Views. Remember when a lot of people
People
hated
didn't like
Views?
Views for some reason. Like
It was
Views
weird.
wasn't a hit. You know?
That shit was fire.
It
It was
great.
good. You look it back now and you're like,
Yeah, like,
that
look at all these
wasn't that bad.
bangers.
You know?
Look at all these tracks.
that wasn't that
Mhm.
bad. That's a tough one too.
I remember originally for me, I wasn't the biggest fan, although again, I came around just like most people did with Views. With if you're reading this, it's too late.
Mhm.
I wasn't the hugest fan just because again, that was one of the times he kind of like switched the sounds a little bit, where it's kind of like, what is going on here? But then you're like, oh no, he's got some tracks.
Yeah,
on
because
it.
he picked up the what's it
Six
called?
Man
Picked
like
up the
Blue
accents.
Wing.
He picked up the
Yeah.
accents.
I'm the
Wizards,
sixth god
yeah.
for real. That's when he started calling
Yeah.
himself the sixth god.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think maybe his weakest album though is definitely Scorpion.
I like Scorpion. That was the thing. That was
deep.
A and B,
It's a
right?
deep album.
I
but I'm
thought
thinking-
Scorpion was great.
I'm thinking as a whole project,
Mhm.
Scorpion is just everywhere.
I loved it.
It's like the A side,
Yeah.
B side. I get it.
There's like
the
a good
throwback.
8 songs in a row that I'm just like, yeah,
Yeah.
no
It's
skips.
just it's just a mess though in my opinion.
yeah,
but that's my opinion.
But so is my brain.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
That's fair. Wait, what did you say?
yeah, but so is my brain. So you know, maybe that's why I like it. It's all over the place. I hear one sound, I'm sad, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
kiki. Hey,
You don't even like this song.
Mom
just
ties.
know
I'm like,
it.
sick of this shit. Sick of this shit.
But no, it was weakest album. But yeah, that might be my weakest one still. But yeah, man. Would you pay good money for a Drake Kanye concert?
Oh, yes. It depends on what they're playing, though. Depends on what they're playing. If it's like this shit, absolutely not. Why no? What the hell? I can just go on Spotify for that. What are you talking about?
I've actually never been to a concert because I'm not really a concert person.
Really? You haven't been to one?
Nah.
Okay, next year we're gonna change that, bro.
I'm like,
What?
you know,
100%. We haven't changed
I'm
it.
more
Been
of
to one?
no.
Not even like a
I've
talent
never.
show?
The idea has never really appealed to me. I'm just like, why would I pay money to go listen to you sing this? I can just. You can sing the song in my ears right now. I can just.
No, it's the experience, Jay.
vibe,
It's the
man.
vibe.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the
what they
experience.
said at Astro World.
Okay.
Whoa. Listen, man. I feel like everyone has. I'm not gonna.
No.
I can't say nothing. I want to say something, but I'm not gonna say it. Anyways.
So you appreciate the music. There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate the music.
Because the album Astroworld was a good album, right? Yeah. That's what he was trying to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what he was trying to say.
Astroworld was
Mhm.
amazing in
Yeah.
2018.
Yes,
When it first
in
came out.
2018.
No, exactly. That album
Yeah.
really took my breath away.
Oh my god.
It really got people's feet stomping.
Well, that's all, folks. Good night, everybody.
Good night. If you enjoy the content, like and subscribe for more. We're doing more videos soon on a weekly basis.
Yes, sir.
And we're out.
Yes.